Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, you can see I've kind of started to rebuild some of the stuff here. We have gotten attacked by a few enemies here and there, but primarily it's been okay. We've kind of recovered from that last wave, which gives us a chance to maybe get ahead on this one, and maybe, if we're lucky, finally get those Tesla towers we've been wanting to get. So I was looking through my stuff trying to figure out what's the best method to get there. And a lot of the time when I do these videos, I just kind of, when I have a question like that, I'll just glance at them real quickly and make a snap decision. But this time I got to sit there and look at each one of them and figure out what might be the best option. And I came across this steel ammo. Don't really like to use this because, again, it's very finite. You're only making a certain amount, and it requires materials that you don't get a whole bunch of. But this one actually looks like it might progress us pretty quickly if we want to use it. And it's one steel, and then the gunpowder, and we have quite a bit of gunpowder as well. So it makes 40, or no, I can make up to 40. I think I'm gonna do that. I do remember though that you get like more experience the very first time you made the item, and so once this yellow at the top is done being made the very first time, it may go down for the second one. If that's the case, we probably won't make any more than this first one. Yeah, that barely even went up. That did not work out anywhere near as well as I thought it might. We've made all these other ones except for the silver arrows and the silver sword. I really don't want to do either one of those, but I guess we could try. That's actually a little bit more experience when you try making this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It only requires one. A little bit of wood, not too much. That's not bad at all. I'm only down to 2. Holy crap. Yeah, we need to get a little bit more wood here. Man, it just goes through it so quickly in this game. Okay, so we got that one. Maybe the steel sword will put us over the edge. Yeah, it will put us over the edge. And we just happen to have enough to do it. So we'll put one down here, double click it, double click that one, auto fills it, and then we're going to produce it right there. Now they still have to go down there and make all that stuff, so we're not going to level up instantly, but at least we've done it. At least we've gotten past that stage, and the reason we're trying to get past that stage is so that we could do these gold bars, because you need the gold bars to be able to make the Tesla towers, as you can see right here, and that's the only thing we're missing. Now, we do need silver as well, so we do need to go off and search for a little bit of that, and so that's exactly what I'm going to come down here and do, and just see where we kind of left off, and if there's, I think there was some more, so yeah, here we go. There's actually, yeah, quite a bit, and a little bit of gold as well, so that's where we're going to be heading. Let's go ahead and toss some portals, apparently over here and over here. That's one of the problems when you leave a game for a little while. Yeah, forget where you left off. Yeah, they already got the scaffolding over here. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of that scaffolding, and I'm going to bring it over here to this side, just so they can kind of get this stuff on the top. The other side has plenty to do without the scaffolding. It doesn't need it at the moment, and I think it would be better used over here. So as soon as my guys start spawning or start coming over here, now you can't always control where they go. My friend Hydros Inc., he actually had a pretty cool idea, and I might try it on one of these episodes here. You guys at home will have to let me know what you think of it. And basically the idea would be is I would pick a random dwarf in my base, or just in my little army down here, and follow him around for a day. For one episode, just follow him around and see where he goes. Now, clearly we would have to be telling them to do something, maybe a whole lot of tasks, and then just watch the guy and see where he goes. And I figured I'd probably just sit there and like narrate what's going on in his head, because I do that as it is already, guys. I will sit here and just try to figure out like what has to be going through their minds when you tell them to do some like weird order, because you always see it in movies. The people, they want to know why they're doing something, right? And a lot of the time trying to describe to them why you're doing something will just sound outrageous, but in the movie it always makes sense. So in this situation, how do you describe to these little guys their existence when you're playing a game, right? Like, could you ever break that to somebody if it was actually a real thing? Try breaking that to like artificial intelligence and being like, hey, you're actually a sex bot, or you're a video game. I mean, it would just be, I wouldn't want that job. That would be horrible. Now we do got the gold bars. Holy crap! Finally, yes. Whew, I cannot wait to get my Tesla tower, guys. I have been waiting for this for so long now. They made you work for it on this one, guys. It's not like the other playthroughs where the only reason it took you so long to get there is because you were busy doing other things that you really wanted to do, you know, making your house bigger, digging tunnels that looked real nice and stuff like that. I don't really have a lot of time to do that on this one. Of course, I could go slower, but the waves, guys, the waves is the key. They get harder, and as my level increases just from doing random stuff, they are constantly fighting me to the point where if I wasn't constantly getting better and better in my tech, these guys would eventually become impossible for me to take on. They would wipe out all my dwarves every single time. And when my guys did spawn, they would have like 50 guys on the map deep down below in their dungeons that they would have to kill. And it's a nightmare when stuff like that happens. I've had it happen to me before, and it's never fun to try to recover from that. Let's see, why is this guy... It looked like one guy was running around without a weapon of some sort. It looked like he had the little dagger in his hand, and the only reason they would have a dagger is if they have no weapon and no mining pick or anything like that. I don't see one there. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, he's right there. Why is he running around with a little dagger in his hand? That animation should not be there. Like, whatever weapon you see right there, the other guy has an axe. This guy has a sword. This guy has a pickaxe. Like, it's always something else. The only reason you see that dagger is that he doesn't have something on him. And I'm selecting him right now. He's Logain, and we are going to see his equipment. And there it is. It's the bow. That's kind of weird. Let's take that off and then put it back on. Okay, there we go. So it was a weird little animation. Oh, no, there it is again. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention to my archers as much, but I don't remember that ever being a thing. Let's see. I know I have other archers out here. That's just weird. That's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to go back and actually watch footage now to see if that was something. Or you guys will let me know as well. Maybe I'm just imagining that, but man, have they even come down here yet? They probably have. I don't know why we're getting so much lag right there. Ah, come on. Where was that little area now? It was straight down, wasn't it? Yeah, here it was. Over here. Okay, so I already have a couple guys down here who are now on their way back home because I have not been paying attention to my portals and they fell down. So when you come over here to do places like that, you can actually use a little bit more power, put down a couple portals on top of one another, and they will last longer. Now, the downside to doing that is if you go overboard and you use too many, well, you're going to have extra time sitting there on those portals that never gets used, and that's power out of your pocket that you could have saved if you were just, you know, sitting there watching them do it. But you don't always have that option. Sometimes you're doing a great number of things at the same time that, you know, kind of should all have your attention in some way. You know, if you're building something that requires you to put another piece down each and every single time they do it, you're having to go back over and over and over again to make sure that gets done. We also do need a little bit more coal, since we kind of have been going through a lot. When we make those bars, it uses 2 for each one, so we do need to constantly get more. Even if it doesn't look like you need a lot, just get a little bit more than what you think you need to start with, and then constantly, as you see it on the map, just get a little bit. You know, don't go overboard, because there's tons of this on the map. There always is. And if you try to get all of it, oh man, it's going to take you forever. And you're not going to need like 90% of that. But if you completely and totally bypass it because you think, oh, I already have too much of it, you'd be surprised about how quickly you can run out of it, you know, when you're not really paying attention. Because it is something that is used in a great number of recipes, but not to the point where it bothers you, you know. Like, yeah, at the very first level, before you learn what's precious and what's not, and what's used and what isn't, something like that would be rough because you just weren't ready for it, you know, just how much of it you really needed. But once that becomes a thing and you know it, it's really not that bad to keep up, as long as you know, just do it over time. Just don't let it get to the point where you have to take time out to go do just that, because it's really not worth it. You know, usually you can do something else without having to use coal if you really have to, but the better stuff will have coal as like an ingredient in some ways. So let's see, where are all my guys? These guys do not want to go down there for some reason. It's kind of weird. I don't really get why some of the dwarves tend to want to stay inside, while other ones will gladly go out. And let's see, what do we... Yeah, I do know there's only a certain logger's book increases the speed at which trees can be cut down. I do understand that when a dwarf is standing, like, say, right here, only one of those guys can actually chop this block down. And so multiple guys won't come down here because there's just not enough space for them. But there's plenty of different spots all over the map that a number of them could be chopping down at the same time. So I don't think that's the cause of it. Actually, let's go up this way. That should allow them to chop this stuff down. If they do it right, I don't think they will. I think they're probably, you know, start chopping down in the wrong area. Let's go ahead and put this down so we can start getting some lights in here. I keep forgetting to do that. Let's get some more silver. And let's see right here. And I do know that I just got the gold. I said I was going to get the Tesla towers, but I need more resources. You know, I need the ability to actually make the towers, and I don't think I had the silver for it. So I need them to make the gold nuggets, the gold bars, I believe, first, and then I need them to make some silver. And see, they're still making that right there. So as long as these guys are in here, there's still people to work these little areas, and I should be fine. Let's see, we need to put a little bit more food down, just in case we forget later. We are running out of beer, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to have to make some more beer here pretty soon. We have a few tables of it, but you'd be surprised how fast they will go through that when they finally get back. Right now, they're busy. But if they were able to come over here, they'd be going through that like you would not believe. And you kind of hate to see it because you have to make more. And it's not a complicated recipe, but it's not something that is easily done either. It's not something you can just do on the spur of the moment. Where are my bars? This one? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we need a few pieces of silver. So let's do 15 for now. That should be good. They're still making another 7. Let's go ahead and make one more. What else do we need? Let's go and check out the Tesla tower. What do we need for that one? If I was on the right page. There we go. So we need 2 gold, 1 silver, some mithril, some stone, glass, and quartz. I don't know how much quartz we have. Let's look at that real quick. We have 12 of them. That should not be too bad. I don't think I'm going to be making 12 of these very quickly. I mean, I want to, but I just don't think I'll be able to pump them out that quick. So let's go ahead and put some glass in there. We have tons of that. Gold, that's going to be something that's going to hold us up until my guys get the rest of that stuff over there. Mithril, 54. Yeah, I think we're fine on that one for a while, at least at this rate. I mean, we're not going through 54 with these towers anytime soon. And silver, we only have 1 of those, but we're making 15 more, so that should be fine. Yeah, it's just going to be gold. That's what we're going to have to go after here pretty soon. So let's go ahead and make one of those. And let's come up here. I need to build... I need to build some kind of system up here. Let's go ahead and put a portal up here so these guys can get here just a little quicker. Now, I need to put some kind of system up here so that it protects them all around. I'm thinking hatches, and let's look at what kind of hatches do we have. You know, Middle Will, no, that's not them. Where are the hatches? Are they over here? Oh, okay, here we go. So we need some iron doors, 2 on either side, unless we go up 3, and I'm thinking 3 probably will be overkill, but we'll have to make room just in case. So we're gonna do some iron doors. Yeah, or no, steel doors. Dang it, now we don't have enough resources. So we're just going to go with iron. So we'll have to find some more iron for that. And then, of course, the iron hatches, so we'll have to find even more. Yeah, that's going to suck. So we have to wait for that? Holy crap. Oh, man, I want to build these things so bad. But if I put them up here unprotected, you know, they parachute in. And, yeah, those things will repair themselves in between waves, but... man, until I have a whole bunch of these things, I don't think they'd survive without at least taking a couple of hits. And that would suck so bad to lose even 1 row of these things or a whole thing because you don't get all the resources back. It's not an item like you can normally move either. So once you put it down, you're not able to move that without taking, you know, a pretty big loss on the resources. You get a little bit of it back, but that's it. Just a little bit, guys. You're not getting very much at all. Oh, crap. Jeez, guys.
How you doing?
I did not want you coming down here I had no idea there was another one of these little bases. Jeez, this is not good timing. I guess I have to fight it now. Yeah, I guess I do, but... And I did... This is not what I was thinking I do when I come down here. Did this guy die? No, he didn't die. Oh, and before we come in here, we should have bought, or should have got some health elixirs. Dang it. Yeah, hopefully somebody is over there at town and will make some of these really quickly, because that would help this thing go by so much quicker and so much safer if your guys just have a little bit of the health potions. My guys seem to be doing pretty good, though. They're holding their own, and they're actually fighting back to the point where we might win this one. This is pretty cool. My guys have not kicked butt like this in a long time, not since the last level. And now they're holding their own. Look at this, guys. They're all spread out. They're all fighting their own creatures, and pretty much the only one who's taking any damage is the ones from over here with the big bad guy. All these other ones are doing just fine. In fact, these guys are sitting over here attacking the freaking main base. Like, they're not even worried about what's going on over here. They're like, oh, you guys got it. You're cool. Yeah, just almost die, but, you know, you're going to be fine. You may lose an arm, but it's just as long as we can kill this thing faster. And I get it, because it does just keep popping out new units that you have to kill. So this is the better choice strategically. But, man, can you imagine the thought process? Is like, I'll just let you fight it out and see you get stabbed over here while we just beat on this building over here. I'm thankful they're doing it, but still, it just seems kind of heartless to me. Now, it does seem like there's some decent resources over here. Coal. We got a little bit of silver, some sulfur. More silver and coal. We don't got gold, though. And gold is what we need. So I'm hoping at least when this building is destroyed, first of all, the resources you get out of this are friggin' amazing. You're going to get just tons and tons of resources. In which case, I would definitely use your little minions to get all that. Because, in fact, before it even gets to that point, let's go into our equipment. And we will use a few of these potions, because we need the power. Now, you can click on them like this to use them. It's kind of the slow way, or you can just go ahead and, what was the button to go to the next tab? Was it not control? I thought it was. But you can always just put them down here on the bottom. Oh, do I have the use button up? There we go. I thought you could drag them down here. Is that not a thing anymore? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But you could drag it down here to the bar. Probably through the craft menu. That's probably where I remember dragging it. But drag it down there to the bar and just click on a dwarf here. Wow, yeah, that lagged it out a little bit right there on the computer. Just look at how many of these dudes are being spawned here. Pretty much all the power I had. Not all of them are picking stuff up, which is... Oh, where they came up here first. Well, that's fine. I mean, we needed to pick that up regardless. Holy crap. Oh, I think I went overboard on that, guys. They picked up everything on the first pass? Jeez. Yeah, way overboard. These guys are going to have nothing to do for a long time. Oh my god. Let's look. What have they given us? Silver galore. A lot of wood, actually. Leather, rope. Yeah, that's no gold. I mean, gold coins, yeah, but I don't see gold out of it. Actually, there's a little bit there. Just one. Just so they could say they brought some back, you know. Holy crap. Okay, so let's look over here. Yeah, I went overboard on that. I just want him to be happy. I have the gold coins. They're really not that hard to get. In fact, this little Buddha, I believe, gives me extra, you know, gold from the enemies and stuff. So, or something along those lines. I forgot exactly what it said on that one, but yeah, that one increases the gold you get in the game. So I have tons of it, and to be honest, I probably play the game a little bit more difficult than I need to, because I never use any of it. You know, I could make it so much easier if I just came to the shop and bought the pieces that I want, but I don't know. I have the mentality that I like to do it myself, and that I always save my gold coins for the reason that sometimes games like to just punish you so badly and give you the greatest friggin' weapon or greatest armor or greatest whatever in the game, but only once you get to the very, very end, and only if you have spent none of the money that they've given you the entire time. And it sounds nuts because a lot of games nowadays don't really quite do that anymore, but they used to do it all the friggin' time in the games that I grew up playing. And so I still have that mentality to punish myself and don't use any of the stuff because I want to get that best piece, that greatest, weapon or whatever the case is, and suffer a little bit throughout the rest of the game and make it a little bit more difficult. I shouldn't say suffer, but definitely make it a little bit more difficult on you because you're not buying the pieces you could, if you wanted to. Let's go ahead and put some more food down as well. Guess they like those tables over there. They're in the path that they prefer. Okay, so they're still making gold. They're still making gold. I need to find some iron. Let's see. Oh, there's still some dudes over here. I guess they're trapped down here. There might be something here because there's some lights, some torches, and I don't think I put those down. Maybe sand. Oh, you know what it probably is. The sand collapsed and trapped them in there. There's some more guys over here. Coal, silver. Yeah, I need iron, but I'm not going to find it this far down. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go up a little higher. Silver, yeah. Let's see. What level we're going to... Man, we're going to have to go up pretty freaking high. So if we haven't found any silver, or not silver, but iron by this level, this is probably the last... Yeah, there we go, right there. Just a little bit. So let's come over here and chop that down. We don't need a whole lot. The more the better would be, actually, guys. But we don't really need, a ton of it. We just need a little bit more than this. Actually, let's just go ahead and get this coal. This coal, just in case. Because you never know what's behind it. Yeah, most of the time, whatever the resource is on the top will be the resource that's below it. But I have seen several times, actually, where you'll chop down coal in pretty much every instance. It was always coal. You would find something else behind it, actually. So it may only be with the resource of coal, finding gold or silver or iron, which is usually what I find behind it in most cases. So I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it does seem to be for me anyway. So let's come over here. Let's put this thing down, and we're gonna get this because this is a nice little chunk of resources. And we're gonna go a little bit further out just to see what's there, because you never know. If you can't see further out this way, there could be a huge vein of coal or gold or silver or iron, whatever it is that you might be looking for, just out of sight. And so I do like to just connect these tunnels and just search, because you never know what you're gonna find. And the only way in this game to get the resources you need is to actually just go out and usually when you're picking up resources for something else, you find, oh, just right off screen there's a little bit more, go get that, and you go out there and get that, and there's just a little bit, and then 4 hours later you're still playing because it's an amazing game, and it's really fun and addictive. And I think that's one of the main reasons it is, because they do tease you the entire time you play just a little bit more, because it's worth it, like it's fun to do, which is crazy to say because it just sounds weird. Oh, there we go. We're gonna get a little more iron there. This is what I wanted. Silver as well. That's nice. Not really needed at the moment. I think I need the iron a little bit more than that, but yeah, we definitely want to see, if we're gonna build the iron hatches, we need the raw iron. If we're gonna build the steel doors, we'd still need iron, but we need like 4 or 5 times more than we have. Now I could, as I said before, go over there and just buy a crap ton of it at the moment and see if that would actually speed us along a lot faster. But I don't really want to do that. I don't want to go over there and kind of change the amount of resources on the map. I want to make sure that if you weren't able to buy something, which is just, I can't really find any reason for you not to be able to buy something in this game because the coins drop so often. But if for some reason you weren't able to buy it, would you still be able to complete the level? And I want to find that out. I want to know if that's actually something you can do. So let's see. We need to make the doors. Crap, where are they? Okay. Let's make a few of these locks first. I'm going to need a lot of these locks, so let's just go ahead and get the locks out of the way. Do that. Let's see, can we make any more? We might as well make them while we have the chance. So I can make 10 more of these. Okay, so we're going to do all 10. because we're gonna have a lot of Tesla towers. And you know, something else that we're gonna do is come over here at some point and put some of those down, and I'm gonna kill this little guy right here, this little witch, because I'm told anyways that, I'm not sure if it's true, but if it is, I'm definitely gonna love it, is if you kill this guy, if you kill him, they don't allow this monster to spawn until he comes back. So you get a little reprieve. And I put some Tesla towers over here and just keep killing him every time he spawns. I'm sorry, guys. I'd be perfectly happy with that, because this guy never likes me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but if he doesn't like these coins right here, I don't know what to do, man. This guy is so picky. I've had him like me a few times, and you guys have given me different suggestions on what I can put in there, and I've done it. And of course, you can't give him the same thing twice, because that makes him mad. So you have to give him something different, and then like the next one, he doesn't like it, and it seems very, very touchy. And some of you out there are probably watching like, I had no problem. You know, that guy was always nice to me. I don't know what to say to that, because he's never really accepted anything that I've given him. So he's very picky. I mean, I don't like him. So if I can get him to stop spawning for a little while, just out of principle, before he turns everything that I own to sand, you know, then that is definitely something I am going to do at the first chance. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of mithril down here. That's going to be nice. More sulfur. It took me forever to find the first little patch of sulfur. They could definitely move that up the map a little bit more. Maybe not more of it on the map. I think there's probably a little bit too much of it on the map as it is, but just move it up the map so you would find it quicker. So it mixed in with like iron or something like that, because I needed that and I didn't have it, and I had to go looking for it, and it took a while to find. So it wasn't like any of the other resources. Usually, by the time I needed them, I had at least a handful of them. You know, maybe not more, but I at least seen some of it. So I knew kind of where to go back on the map to look for more of it. On this one, I had no idea how far down it was going to go. So as you guys remember, I just remember, you know, starting to dig randomly to see what I find and go down as far as I could to see if that did anything. So let's kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. We still have 8 minutes left. Let's see. Let's see if we can build some of this stuff. We have extra wood. Might as well use it. Level up a little bit more. We could actually do... let's see. Oh, we can do gold bars. See if we can get this to be maxed out. Because if we can get that to be maxed out, we get our master. Actually, we don't. We won't get that yet. We'll have to go up to luxury decorating. Wow, that would be so worthless. Like, why make you work for luxury decorating? You know, I mean, this is something. If you're going down the fighting path, I could understand you really needing. But if you're going down like decorating and you're not really worried too much about your fighting, then you have to do all of this just to get to luxury decorating. Like, they're really teasing you with that last one. You know, the lantern and the decorative mirror and the aquarium and the small chandelier and the stained glass window. Like, what in that row is that ultimate thing that you guys were drooling over? Because I know what it is on mine. Like, when you look at the other stuff, you're like, oh, I really want my mithril staff, or I really want that mithril pickaxe. So I'll do whatever it takes to get to that point. The same thing with this. I really want that mithril ore. I don't know what it would be on this one. Like, what is that one item that I really, really want? I'm not putting down decorating the house, but I don't really think you should be, like, forced. Like they made you work for this. You went down an entire path right here, if you're playing on easy, that you probably didn't really need to go down, just so that you could get the luxury decorating. Everybody else went down it so they get to, like, the master armor. And we were forced to go down the master decorating path just so that we could actually get the stuff that we needed to survive the level, because it was so hard. And again, it kind of sounds like I'm putting down the decorating stuff. I'm not. I just don't think you should be, like, forced into going down it if you are going down a more, like, warrior path. I don't know if I want to make more paper. And we can't anyways, because we don't have the resources. Now, that kind of solves the problem for us, doesn't it? It kind of lets us know that no matter how much we want to do that, that's not going to happen. Let's go back in there real quick. Cage bird. You know what? We're probably going to go ahead and end the episode. And in between this episode or the next, we're going to go ahead and get some of this done, I think. I think on the next episode for sure. We'll do some decorating. We have a wave incoming, so we'll do that. And, you know, we need some more iron. So at some point, we will go out searching for more. But I think I'm going to give them a break. I'm going to let them, you know, fortify the area a little bit and have a little, I don't know, a little bit more, comfort here in the area so they can sleep a little faster, and then we can go off exploring a little bit more. Again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. It also lets me know that you guys are enjoying the series and you want me to do more, and so it's really nice when you guys do that. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time.